Okay, let's have some fun with this figure. Boom. Wait, let me grab a smaller piece. I'll start with a very gestural shape. I think I want to kind of work in a limited size. So trying to not work too. Okay, continue. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a shoulder line and the head somewhere over here. And let me see the white belly. This arm coming in front of everything. I'm again being incredibly loose for my my taste, and a little bit of the background. We'll see the other knee here, with the other foot somewhere over here. Okay, this is all going to be dark and dark, and then light with this foot, and the toes being dark, light for the foot, dark for this one. A hint of that carpet block he's sitting on. And we have, well, around the buttocks here, the other half. I also see some, where do I see that? Gosh, shadow. Well, I'll place it somewhere over here. Eyes, and a little bit more mass on the top of the head. These fingers curling away. One index finger sticking out. Nice and, well, casual. The thumb somewhere over there. Let's find the pectoral and maybe indicate a bit more mass for the belly. Okay, well, this is going to be quick and dirty. But we'll see how much fun we'll get out of it. Before doing so, let's take some distance, take my primary assistant and have a look in the mirror image. don't see too much that's off. Okay, I think I'll just go for it. I haven't indicated any particulars on the face. I'm just gonna lay that in with value and squinting all the time now. And if this value proves to be not correct or a bit too inaccurate, then well, I'll get the chance to amend that. Already seeing this from a distance is starting to very much read like a face. So I would say I'm in the ballpark, and I'm going to be quite bold with my dark areas, really already making it very dark. And let's see if I regret that later on. And if I do, then I just won't post this video. So there, you only get to see my sketches that are not other train wrecks. Now I'm obviously grabbing a larger piece of charcoal to work even quicker. Maybe leave a bit more of the knee area hit by light, and blocking all this and all this, all this, and the underside of the upper leg here. Oops, that always happens with these very thin pieces of charcoal. I'll sand it down to get a bit of a taper again. I'll also consider the background a bit. And even though technically this is the foreground, it's well, I would say some element of the background or surrounding environment. Now this is obviously background. I think I should maybe get some tone in the rest of the background and maybe spend a bit care on the value shapes for these fingers. I do want to make sure that the hand reads as such, and I already think I need to maybe ever so slightly pull out some lights. Again, likeness is not the primary concern here. So let's not focus on that and just again do some nice smudging, and maybe think about where to stay within the boundaries and where to maybe overshoot and merge foreground and background. And where to come in and wrap the strokes around the volume. And sometimes preserve some of the halftones and pull out some details. This should also be halftone. Well, maybe a bit more loss of information over here. Ah, yeah, this is a nice rough impressionistic, well, impressionistic sketch right here. I like it. Is it perfect? Well, no. It's not perfect. It's just some fun. And that's all it has to be. Think of all the smudging tools that I have: blending stump, brushes, makeup sponges, fingers. I just like paper towel the best, and adding some more mass to the leg right here. So let's also respect the shadow. and get some maybe just some indication of the contour. So I'm a little bit off the mark with my accuracy here. The wrist should come up higher, but okay. It's not what I've been focusing on. Instead, I purposely try to not care and worry too much about it, so it's okay if I don't succeed, don't manage at getting that 100% accurate, or even 50%. Yeah, that's looking okay. And do want to get a bit more of the mustache, beard, lower lip down. Way too finicky. And well, we roll over to this side of the figure with this marvelous curves. Over here, let's make sure to really get in the ambient occlusion. So underneath the buttocks here, near the crotch, that's where it's going to be very dark indeed. You do want to maybe take care not to overwork it. I think the kind of looseness that is in there now is kind of nice. So it's very suggestive. There's a lot of information being lost. I have to say at this point I'm still sometimes looking at the reference, but I'm also just looking at the work and trying to ask myself what it needs. Definitely needs some indication of the volume of the arm here. It's somewhere over here where the light is hitting the arm. Okay, maybe with some more indication of this overlap of the shoulder, maybe throw in a little light here, and oh man, I need some paper towel. I'm gonna use some TP for now. What was he doing? Wait a second. Oh yeah. I was working on this overlap in the arm to establish more of a sense of three-dimensionality, showing how the arm comes forward in space. Some indication of some form here for the neck. All right. Let's see. What do I think of the face? It's not completely lost. Some old scrap paper towel right here. Let's use that. The face. Generally, the face attracts most attention, right? It kind of commands it, but doesn't have to be. But if I start indicating more refinement of value to suggest the forms and features of the face, then it will definitely start commanding more attention. It's up to me how much I want to do that. And frankly, the answer is not too much. Yeah. So, giving him a little bit more indication of his hairstyle. And down the side here, maybe not make this edge too conspicuous. Okay. In all honesty, I think that about does it for this sketch. A little bit more rubbing and lifting for this knee area, and I do have some detail to maybe suggest in this drapery, this cloth right here. I left his feet completely unattended. Oh well. It's okay. Definitely should work on my indication of feet, toes. shadows and things like that. Okay, maybe call it quits. One thing I can try to do, let's see, maybe with some compressed charcoal. What do I have? Yeah. So, a nice bit of compressed charcoal. A little bit of a round tip. Get the indication of some core shadow, maybe also still a little bit of occlusion shadow, for example here underneath the arm up against the torso, and then well, maybe just hatching some fade out. Okay, that definitely helps the arm come forward. Now maybe see what happens if I overlay this charcoal with some core shadow. Also I see a nice core shadow around the glutes here. And yeah, kind of like we said, from this inside come in. And show this light hitting, or this reflected light hitting the underside of the upper leg that is tilted upward. Maybe lift it even more, get even a more strong effect for this bounce light. Let's see, what do I think of that? I think it'll do. He has this tattoo on his leg, which I decided to omit. Reason being, I'm just a little bit too daunted by the task, and it's probably going to distract from the clear shadow shapes and posture. Do like all these lumps and humps due to the layers of fat. And should I call it quits? I probably should. Some core shadow on this leg, maybe a little outline for the calf. These outlines, they often appear as though they're done very precisely, but it's not really the case. It's done at a point where the accuracy has been established. And accuracy in my book is not quite the same as precision. So what the exact precise shape is, it can vary, but the accuracy is that we show the kneecap and the bulge of the muscle over here, that it's less of a bulge than on this side, and that the direction comes out and flows into the part for the foot. Okay, I think I'm overworking it already quite a bit. Maybe just have a look whether I like it, whether anything crucial is still missing. But all in all, I think I might just post this one. And do I agree with the hand? I think I do. A little bit more refinement and detail in there. Also going to suggest somewhere over here some light, maybe merging that with the foreground, showing how it hits the surface on which he's sitting. And you can definitely indicate some light very strongly hitting this surface right underneath the buttocks, causing this strong effect of reflected light. I think I want to just for composition's sake, see if I can somehow find some rhythm and flow in these lines over here, maybe also suggesting a little bit of perspective coming forward. I'm not sure. Variation versus homogeneousness, if that's the word. Pull it inside. Sharp edges versus soft textured areas versus smooth dispersions of charcoal. Line versus plane. Geometric versus more organic. Any other kind of oppositions or counterparts I can think of? not really. Large versus small. Some small areas here in the face and the hand, also here. Not too much to then still be too concerned about. Some very small linear shapes. And should I call it quits? I probably should at this point. More texture. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits. Let's have a look. Final look. A little bit too repetitive here. Still too repetitive. To equal these distances. So that's better, I suppose. Slightly better. Let's see, maybe over here. Indicate some of the cloth, fabric, rolling, turning. Let's see, is this better? Slightly, yeah. This is getting somewhere. Maybe I need some indication of the foot. Where's my reference? Yeah, okay, so we have the foot kind of showing the ball of the foot and some line for the toes, and this is all casting quite the shadow. Quite dark. Paper towel over toilet paper. Again, I'm not one of those sketchers to continuously time myself or set a time limit. I keep working until other duties require my attention, or until I'm fed up. And if the sketch still shows some opportunities, things to try, then I will. Little final softening, tapping, causing one more kind of visual effect. Not to overdo it. Okay. Well, and that does it for this sketch. Again, thanks for watching, and I would say good luck in your own endeavors in trying to sketch the figure or the portrait or whatever. See you again next time. Cheers.